With the school year fast approaching, learn how to design a back-to-school flyer. Welcome to Night Owl Design Academy, where creativity never sleeps. If you like what you see so far, make sure you like and also subscribe. Let's get started. Start off by creating a new document in Adobe InDesign. I will be using inches for my units, and I will be using a 8.5 by 11. Set your pages to 1, your margins will be 0.5 inches, and your bleed will be 0.125 inches on each side. Pop over into Photoshop and open up your locker image. Now here I will set my image to CMYK for printing purposes, and then also make sure it is set at 300 dpi. So to do this, go to Image Mode, CMYK Color to convert the image. Now go to Image, Image Size, and change the resolution to 300. Make sure Resample is unchecked and click OK. Open up your lock image and rename the layer. Right-click and convert to Smart Object. Now go to Select Subject so that we can get rid of the background. Use your pen tool to clean up the selection. So here I am clicking one point, then clicking another, then dragging my mouse. Then add to selection. Continue this process until you have finished cleaning up the selection. Now create a layer mask and drag this lock over into your locker image. Rotate your lock and resize it so that it fits into the space for the lock. Double click this layer and add a light drop shadow. Select color overlay and change the color. Change this layer to hue, and the opacity will be about 63%. Now save your file as a PSD and click Save. Now pop over to InDesign and File Place. Now use your rectangle tool and cover the background and fill it with black in the swatches panel. Change the opacity to 75%. Open the gradient feather effect and change the type to radial and reverse the gradient. Now for transparency, change this to multiply. And now here, I will increase more of the transparency. Now using the type tool, I will type out the letter B. And I will change the font to Arco. The font size will be 130. Now in the swatches panel, double click the yellow swatch and change the color to 0, 17, 100, and 0. Add another color swatch and change this one to 34, 71, 91, and 65. And click Add. Now select the letter B and change the fill to the yellow and the stroke to brown. Click on your stroke panel and change the weight to 6. Now click on your selection tool, and with the letter B frame still selected, let's add a drop shadow effect. Change the distance to 0.0625. And the size will be 0.0325. And the noise will be 40%. Now add a bevel and emboss. Change soften to 0.0625. Make sure use global light is checked. And for multiply, change the opacity to 37% and click OK. Now I am copying and pasting these letters and writing out the rest of back. And also rotate some of the characters a bit, because we want the letters to be uneven. Use your ellipse tool and make a circle. In the swatches panel, change the green swatch to 68, 3, 80, and 53. Add an inner shadow effect. Change the distance to 0.0732. The opacity will be 100% and size will be 0. Now use your type tool and type out the word "to." Change your fill color to yellow. And now we'll be using a font, Mr. Stallworth. And change your font size to 70. Remove the stroke. Add a drop shadow. And click OK. Now I will be taking the letters that I used previously and copy and paste some more of those letters to type out the word school. And change your font size to 91. And decrease your stroke a bit. Now hop back over to Adobe Photoshop and open up one of the notes. And of course, change your layer name. And I'll be using my crop tool to crop my image a bit more tightly. And go to image mode CMYK and then image size, and make sure resolution is 300. And then file, save as. Open up your other note file and do the same. File, place your note. Now use your type tool and type out who your event is hosted by and a little introduction of what the event will be about. I will be using this font and changing the size to 19. Use the green color swatch for the fill. Use your type tool again, and like I stated, type out what your event is going to be about and what it will feature. I will be using the font Felt Tip Woman. Change the size to 22, and the tracking will be -10. And change the style to regular. And your leading to 20, and use the brown color swatch. So now for the bottom, I will add the time for the event. Now I will place the other note. And rotate it a bit. And I will just copy and paste the previous frames and switch it out for the date of the event. Rotate your text frame so that it is in line with your note, and do the same for the rest of the date. Pop over to Photoshop and open up the flag banner and change the name. Then go up to select subject and create a layer mask. Now go to image CMYK, and again image size, and make sure it's 300. Now add a solid color layer above it and change this to 409645. Right click, create clipping mask, and change this layer to hue. Save this file as a PSD. Pop back over to InDesign and place the flag. Place it along the bottom of your flyer and rotate it. Now here I am moving my flag towards the back so that's underneath the dark gradient. And I'm pressing Command and the left bracket at the same time. Now use the type tool and type out your address where folks can get more information about your event. Change your font size to 20 for the website and place it on the banner. Now go over to Adobe Illustrator and open up your sticker file. And just copy these over into InDesign. Resize them. And place them all over the locker. Move your stickers towards the back so that it's underneath the dark gradient. And continue adding your stickers. And add a slight drop shadow to the thunderbolt. Go back over to Photoshop and open up your airplane. Again, go to image size to make sure it's at 300 and make sure the color mode is CMYK. Now go to select subject. And use your pen tool to clean up the selection. Create a mask. And again, use your pen tool to clean it up even more. Use your crop tool to crop your image a bit tighter. And save your file as a PSD. Now pop back over into InDesign and file Place Your Paper Airplane. And place it in the top right corner. As a finishing touch, add a drop shadow. Change your distance to 2.4375. Make sure use global light is checked. The size will be 0.5625 and click OK. And that is how you make a back to school flyer using Adobe InDesign with the help of Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. If you like what you saw today, make sure you click that like button and also subscribe and click that notification bell so that you will be notified of every time I drop a new video. Thanks for watching.